we've seen significant volume in SPAC issuance year to date on the heels of a record year in 2020 where over $80 billion was raised. Already this year, we've seen over 40 billion raised. So the volumes are very, very significant. You're also right in identifying that majority of the issuance right now happens in the US in terms of US listings, including a number of European-based SPAC issuers who have chosen to list in the US, which is by far the deeper, more liquid market. Having said that, we do expect the exchanges across Europe to open up for SPACs, and we do expect to see regulatory change. And we are working with a number of the exchanges, actually, if not all of the exchanges, in providing our insight to what's occurring in the US. And the key feature is really the investor redemption feature that effectively gives investors the right to vote with their feet as it relates to the back-end combination of the SPAC.
Right, because as it stands in Europe, European investors do not have that redemption right. So it's a really big hurdle to getting people involved. But as for the companies themselves, with your discussions with some of these European and especially European tech companies, because in the US it's predominantly been US tech companies looking to go public via a SPAC, is there interest on their part to go down the SPAC route as well in Europe, or would they rather stick with traditional IPOs?
Look, I think sellers like to have alternatives. And the reality is right now we have competing pockets of capital in a number of different forms. So we've got SPACs that have raised capital through private equity or entrepreneurs, proven operators. But we've also got a strong strategic bid right now for assets, given CEOs and CFOs have visibility of vaccine deployment and a recovery through COVID. And we've also got sovereign wealth funds who are looking to deploy cash. So I would say it's a very healthy competing pool of capital. And then it depends what sellers' key objectives are. Obviously, competing pools of capital is good for maximizing valuation through competitive friction of pricing, but also it's important to pick the right partner. And that's where SPAC selection and advising on SPAC selection can be very important to make sure that the majority owner is meeting the right minority partner through the SPAC.